Wow, welcome to the show. Thank you. Thanks for tuning into the channel. You've joined the Pedal Picassos. I'm Rod. The puppy dog is Mish. Mission Brown, Mission Impossible. He's a chocolate lab. He's 10. He's a good boy. He might sit in for some of it. He might clear off. I don't know. He's his own man. Okay, 40 years ago, I bought a Boss DS-1. It was one of my first, let's say, real pedals, and I was really, really stoked to have it. I think I'd saved paper round money. I don't know, I was gigging at the time. So I probably saved up a couple of gigs worth of money and went down and put my hard-earned cash on it. This is the third DS-1 I've had. This is a new one I just bought at a local music retailer. Support your local music retailer if you can. And I wanted to see if it still sort of has that magic that it captured my attention when I was 17. Because the second one I bought didn't. I thought, oh, I don't remember that. And then I might use this to mod. Okay, I'm going to do one pedal into 3 style of amps. The first style is the head rush, and I've got a Super Plexi 100 watt Marshall dialed up, and it cranks on its own. It's a fairly dark sounding one. I've got all of the controls set at 50%. This is just flat. So it's already breaking up. I'll turn that reverb off. The next one I've got is the Katana. I'm switching these with a radial headlight. It allows me to switch between switch outputs to different amps. Sort of more matches Voxy style. So I'm giving you an emulator, I'm giving you a solid state amp, and then I'm giving you a Fender Blues Deluxe valve amp. Clean valve, right? Pristine, no reverb or anything. Okay, I'm going to go back to the head rush with the Plexi 100 dialed in. It's a super lead Plexi 100. Right, here it is by itself. It's got some grunt already, and this it's a 78 Les Paul Custom is pushing it already. Right, let's dial in the DS-1. That rips one, I reckon. Pushing a dark sounding, Marshall with this bright DS-1 and what it has on offer. Okay, so I've only got the controls across the top, tone on the left, the level is the middle one, and distortion on the right hand side. I've got the distortion dialed back. There's not much there at all. I don't think you can clean this up, particularly not on this amp. No, not at all. The tone control. It's got shaping. It's just it doesn't sit around one particular frequency. And with the distortion all the way up, you don't get much more. I reckon there's a ball-tearing rock tone. Let's see what happens with the Katana. So straight away it's a bit raspier, and we've lost a bit of level. It doesn't give you a huge amount of output, this pedal. if you're talking about going from unity to pushing, and you can really hear that tone, the EQ characteristic. That's pretty cool too. Right, let's go to the Blues Deluxe. The Blues Deluxe behind me has had a Framel mod kit put through it. I put most of that through it a few years ago, and I also changed the stock speaker for a Celestion Creamback. I wanted something that didn't have a flabby bottom end, as these inherently do. I wanted to tighten that up and push it a little bit more mid-rangey. Right, let's see what the DS-1 does to this. I reckon it will be raspy. Yeah, bringing the tone control up to noon. It's fairly obnoxious. So turn the tone down and you get something that's fairly usable. The humbuckers seem to fatten this DS-1 up quite a bit. It can start to sound a little bit shrill with single coils in it, so this seems to be a good match. And you can get somewhere into fuzz with it. So that's a distortion all the way up. So I've had to dial the DS-1 in for each of these amps. It's very different. I'll just cycle through those again. Back to the Katana, which has got the 100 watt super lead plexi. So it's very dark now. So you can afford to wind that tone control around. Cycle through to the Katana. You can really tell the tone shape with this particular amp selection. And the gain structure, totally different. Nearly have to pump the level right up. Alright, back to the Blues Deluxe. And it's all usable. The Boss DS-1 Distortion orange pedal, famed. It's a great pedal. Boss haven't changed the design of their compact pedals in more than 40 years. Why is that? Because it's a form factor that works. These things spend most of their life at our feet, being kicked around and then tossed into gig bags, into guitar cases, really abused. Such that you don't have one particular button to engage this means that your foot just sort of rests somewhere on that foot pad and pushes down, and it's going to engage, and the light's going to come on, the pedal's going to work. Your foot, if it kicks off that pad, is not going to go kicking into controls because they're recessed away. Boss got this design really, 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 really right. And that's why they're still making them. That's why they're still really, really good pedals. I'm going to whack all these amps on because I can. It's nasty. It's a lot of fun in an orange pedal. Let us know if you've still got one in your collection. Let us know if you've revisited. I'm going to start modding this and doing things with a diode clipping and start changing up some components just to see what I can get out of it. I'll show some videos of that. Thanks for dropping by. If it's your first time, please subscribe. Drop a comment in below. Thanks. We'll see you next time. The obligatory. Gotta do it when you got a chainsaw gun.